Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host. And my goodness, I am so excited. Mojgan has been my fashion corner she comes in like every month, and I haven't had her on my show for so long because she has been very busy. Number one, she's now become an author. Number two, she's been traveling all over the world, and she didn't invite me to come with her, so I had to stay here and do the show while she's having fun. Mojgan, it is so good to have you back again. It's been so long and too long.
Exactly. It is so good to be here, and it is so good to see you.
And she comes back as a blonde. She was a redhead when she left. She's now a blonde.
Yes, you are so beautiful on the blonde. I was jealous, and I said I want to become a blonde, and I'm blonde
so
now.
We're two blondes. We're just going to wreck everything because blondes really do have fun, don't they?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. You're testing it out. Any difference between a redhead? Redhead's a little bit more serious. And the blondes are they have a little bit more fun. They're a little bit more daring.
Yeah, but you know what I love about it? But you know what I love about it? Most of the time they are saying the blonde, they are not very intelligent.
Oh,
but
we
are extremely intelligent. That's the whole difference.
The whole thing is the blondes cover it up. So they don't realize, they think we're all, we don't know what's going on, which sometimes I really don't, but most of the time.
Is that true? We know exactly.
I don't want anyone to know what I know. Come on. Come on.
We are having fun.
Now listen, we are having fun because this is Escape to Tehran. Now, we all have heard about Tehran. We've all heard of the Middle East. The Far East is the other side. But the Middle East has got a I call it a very kind of complicated life because they all seem to be at war. But lately we seem to be calming that all down. We seem to be having peace. These things are going on. This is amazing. Have peace?
Oh, it is absolutely fantastic. Before everything, I am so grateful for the process of peace is going on.
Yes.
Because this is the first time after 29 years, certain Arabic country and Israel, they sat together and they signed something, and this is absolutely...
Well, it's a peace agreement. These peace agreements are going around everywhere.
Fantastic. And you know what?
It's amazing.
In this book, obviously, as you know, I was born in Tehran. My dad is Russian. My mom, she's Persian, Iranian. And therefore, I lived so many...
But you lived in Russia?
No, in Tehran. I lived in Tehran.
Did you ever live in Russia?
No, I didn't.
No. Oh, okay. So, though he's Russian...
Yes.
But you lived in Tehran.
Correct.
You look at Tehran when you were there, because you were there for quite some time.
17 years.
17 years. And now you see how you're living here in Las Vegas, actually. But she's going to move to Florida. My loss. And
my loss too. I really...
The difference, there's a big difference, obviously. But you look at Tehran now and when you were there.
Oh, it's a completely different world. Actually, I call it's a completely different galaxy. Tehran, at the time of the Shah, it was considered Swiss of the Middle East.
Really?
It was so safe. When I was going back from, because all the summer I was spending in our home in Paris.
Yes.
When I was going back, sometimes I was taking some of my friends with me, and they couldn't believe it. Such a wonderful safe, such a wonderful freedom for the ladies. It's unbelievable. And obviously, unfortunately, the fanatic Muslims, not all the Muslims, but the fanatic Muslims, they destroy the whole world. And the anarchists, we have to realize in the book, in the book, you are realizing the anarchists, they destroy Russian Revolution.
Yes.
And obviously my grandparents, they were able to leave very little before.
What nationality were your grandparents?
They were Russian.
They were Russian.
They are from Belarus. They are Russian.
Yeah.
They are Russian. They consider themselves Russian. My dad always said, I'm Russian. Actually, he was saying, I am Iranian, but I was born in Russia. The same things as I said I am American, but I was born, but I feel American. And my dad always feel extremely Iranian because he was saying this country gave me everything. And the interesting things about it, they were immigrant. My father was immigrant. I was immigrant and I am immigrant. Immigration, nothing's wrong with the immigration.
Well, it's
but we
wonderful for
love
countries to go
but
to
we
different. I mean, that's
exactly.
what life is all about: is traveling
Exactly.
around to different countries
And
different nationalities. And I think the way you see that more than anywhere right now is in America.
Yes.
America. I think why we have so many different problems is we've got so many different nationalities.
But
they all want to have their own nationality.
Yes, but the best things is just respect the country
Just
we are living
respect
in.
each other.
And respect
Regardless
each
of your
other.
nationality, regardless of where you come. I mean,
First
I'm
of
from
all-
England. I'm not from America, but I am American.
Of course, all of us we are American,
Yes.
and such a fantastic and be proud of the
But we don't
American.
want to destroy him. I mean, I've seen a lot
No,
of these riots,
no,
a lot of
no.
these peaceful walks and talks and things, and
Yes.
they haven't been quite what I call
Yes.
peaceful.
Yes.
But let's get away from that because we were never that,
No, we
and so we don't want to be that.
no, and you know
You
what?
know what it's like.
Exactly. My grandparents lived through it. My parents lived through it. And I lived through it. I am the best example of the tolerance. And as you can see, I'm happy. You know, I didn't.
Well, she's happy because she's got one of the greatest husbands you could ever have. So I'm definitely going to put that in there because he's pretty cool.
Of course, he's very cool. But at
very
the same-
cool.
You know, by the way, this Sunday we celebrated our 23rd anniversary.
23 years you've been
yes,
married?
we are
Oh my
23.
goodness,
And,
isn't that
and he
wonderful?
was saying that was the.
Oh,
this
what
is
date
the
was that?
best, Sunday, 27th.
27.
Yes, and he was saying that was the best. That is the best 23 years of my life.
his life, oh,
you know,
no.
and obviously we have to. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's extraordinary. But at the same time, I'm not bad at all neither.
Well, she's got the greatest personality. I mean, let me tell you something. There's never a dull moment in her house, that's for sure. Between the dogs and this and that and everything else going around. But getting back now, your mother actually, your mother just passed away. I think about a
last
year ago,
year.
last year. But your mother lived in Paris.
Yes.
For the
After
rest of-
revolution.
After
Yes.
the revolution, she lived in Paris. What about your father? Because you don't talk
My
much
dad.
about him.
Yes, I talk about it in the
In the book. What?
I talk about it in the book, and obviously they can find the link for the book through your show. Is available on Amazon.com.
Look for the book.
Is
It's the most
Amazon.com.
amazing. This is a self kind of story of Mojgan, but not really because she's including her whole family in it.
Correct.
And different ways of how you were brought up and how you
Yes.
lived and the different sort of, atmosphere going on in the different countries that
Yes,
you were
the
involved
interesting
in.
things about it. You remember one of our first interview. You told me you don't need to work. You do, and I said, and everybody sees me very spoiled. I have everything and whatever.
I know what you
But
mean.
through this book, you are realizing a 17 years old. Brought up so spoiled in 24 hours lose everything. And I had to really
You had to readapt yourself.
Yes, I had to pay for everything. I had to work. And I did everything. In
Yeah.
the book, you can see it. I really did whatever work was necessary
Yes.
to really help myself, pay my bills, go through the
But you've always
university.
been that type of woman. There's women out there that just don't sit back. They want to make something of themselves. And then a lot of them say, well, because I'm a woman, I can't do that. I don't think that's with your problem.
Absolutely
It's not
not.
my problem either. But a lot of women do that and they say that. And that's absolutely 100% not true.
No.
Because whatever you want to do in this
We
world,
can do it.
We can. In fact, women, we're very secretive because that's what we are. We don't let everything out. So a lot of people don't really know who we are or what we are
Correct.
sometimes.
Correct.
So we have to really let that out a little bit more. But don't misjudge yourself as a woman. But don't always use the excuse, because I'm a woman, I can't do this. That's not true at all.
No, and the interesting things about it, because my dad went through so many different steps and so many, let's call it change of life, he was always saying, be so strong, because
strong,
everything can change
In a day, in a
No,
heartbeat.
he was saying in a fraction of the second.
Absolutely.
And therefore, we were brought up very strong and to be able to don't feel sorry for
For yourselves.
ourselves.
So your father at one time was very wealthy, right? And then at another time he kind of lost everything from going.
You can read it in the
Tara.
book.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, you
same
can read this in
things.
the book. By the
You
way,
can read it in the
where
book.
can they get this book?
Amazon.com.
Amazon.com.
And it's available also in Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble as well, so you can get this book. But it's a very easy reading book. It's and it gives an insight of someone's life, of how they see it, and all the different experiences of different parts of the world. Because you're not only talking about America here, you're talking about
actually,
a family.
the part of the America is very short, but I talk about all the Russian part, revolution, what they went through. I talk about Azerbaijan, and that's another thing today. It's very in the news because there is a war going on between the Azerbaijan and Armenia, unfortunately, and everything goes back to the tolerance. My mom, she was Muslim, Sufi. She's coming from a fraction
Muslim
of
and Sufi?
Yes,
Both.
because Sufi, it is the spiritual branch of the Islam. It's like, they are very tolerant. And can you imagine, she was able to marry my dad, a Christian, divorcee, immigrant. My dad was a Christian divorcee.
She's still married him.
Yeah.
But what about her parents? They allowed that?
You read it in the book. You can read it in the book.
Because I lived in the Middle East. I lived in Beirut for a couple of years.
You can read it in the book.
So I know what the Middle East is like a little bit. They're very strict there. They can't go out.
And on top of everything, she is coming from aristocracy. Is worse. Because they
have standards up here, and then suddenly you're down here, and then what do you do?
Yeah, you can read it in the book, and therefore, but going back, this is the tolerance. I am an example of the tolerance. And respecting everyone
this is
and
the
each
example
other.
of the tolerance, and it's a very, very good example. I love the dress she's got on.
Oh, thank you.
I love her being blonde, and she's got another dress next to her.
Yes,
and I don't know, it's a dress, it's a coat, what
No,
is this?
actually it is a dress. It's Samuel Dong, obviously. They can find the...
This is Samuel Dong.
Yes. It's interesting.
Can you imagine me in a Samuel Dong?
Yes.
There we go.
Fabulous.
I love it. But I love this is a Samuel Dong too.
Yes,
now,
correct.
the only reason I know is because they've got this gathering that flutes out.
Yes.
When it stands, look, it sort of flutes out. It's a very girly, womanly dress. I love it.
Yes, but you know what is fantastic about
What?
it? Because if someone gain 1 or 2 pounds, you can hide it with all this gathering, and you can wear it very easy.
I like that.
Myself, I gain weight after vacation. Now I have to lose
Now
it,
you've got to
but you
lose all the
cannot
weight.
see. You cannot see, but
you can't tell
obviously
at
I
all.
cover it.
She looks amazing, absolutely
I
amazing.
cover it.
Where can you get these dresses?
Samuel Dong and the
Samuel Dong.
website, and
On the
obviously
website.
on the website, and
Anywhere.
You
also have a jewelry line.
Yes, next month I will come back with the new collection. It's called
I get her back before she goes to Florida.
Florida collection.
The Florida collection.
The Florida
Oh, wow.
collection. I will come back, and my jewelry line is Nilu, NILLOU.com. Nilu.com is my nickname, and you can find it very easy. And obviously, even if you search my name, Nilu.com, even my book coming up, and go
really
for it.
pressing
You
this
will be
book.
not disappointed.
I want to thank you so much for coming on.
You're
Mojgan's
welcome.
been a friend of mine in Las Vegas for many, many years. In fact, I think when I first came here, I met her the first year I was here.
Yeah,
we've always
probably.
been very good friends, and we've always sort of helped each other on different ventures.
Enjoy
and
each other,
different
enjoy
things,
the
and
conversation.
Enjoy our conversation, having lunch and doing different things. And now we're promoting her book, but it's good to have you back.
Thank
I can't
you,
wait
and
for
read.
next month.
You have to read what I
will.
wrote.
I promise. I'm telling the whole
Read
world.
what I wrote
promise.
for you. I signed it for you.
Oh, I have to read this out to my
Yes.
dear Ninon with all my admiration for you, Mojgan.
I have admiration for you. You know
She
that.
has her admiration for me. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
So
me.
good to have her back. And
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back with our next guest. Take care.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed the last show we just did and all the other shows, don't forget to subscribe Vegas Live with Ninon on YouTube. We've got plenty more coming up, and our guests are amazing. So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.